last video we discussed about what is the reflection of light, what is light, and what is the wavelength range of light. And now we are going to discuss about laws of reflection of light. What is reflection of light? When a ray of light traveling through one medium falls on the surface of another medium and it returns to the first medium. Okay, this phenomenon of light is called reflection of light. Okay, so see here once again, when a ray of light traveling through one medium. Now let us consider it is a plane mirror. Plane mirror means it is a mirror with a planar reflecting surface. It is a mirror with planar or flat reflecting surface. Okay, so one surface is reflecting, another surface is affecting. This shaded part is nothing but opaque surface. So what do you mean by opaque here? The medium through which the light doesn't pass is called opaque surface. Means it is polished surface through which the light doesn't pass. Okay, and this is called opaque surface. This is called opaque surface, and it is called reflecting surface. Reflecting surface. Now, whenever the light traveling through one medium, means a ray of light traveling through one medium falls on the surface of another medium and it turns back into the first medium. It turns back into the first medium. This phenomenon of light is called reflection of light. So this is called incident light and this is called reflected light. This arrow mark indicating that the light falls on the mirror. This arrow mark indicates that the light reflected from the mirror. Okay, this is called point of incidence. Okay, what is O here? O is nothing but point of incidence. What is point of incidence? It is the point at which the light is incident. Okay, so at which point the light incident, that point is called point of incidence. At that point only the light turns back into the first medium. So this phenomenon of light is called a reflection of light. And here we are going to draw a perpendicular line at the point of incidence to the mirror. Okay, so at the point of incidence we are going to draw the perpendicular line to the mirror. This perpendicular line drawn to the mirror is called normal. It is called normal and it is incident ray and it is reflected ray. Okay. Now, once again, what is plane mirror? It is a mirror with a planar reflecting surface, okay, or flat reflecting surface. Then next we are going to discuss about laws of reflection of light. What are those laws of reflection of light? Laws of reflection of light. First one. So, first one, what is the first law of reflection of light? The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Okay, so it is the angle of incidence. What is angle of incidence? Angle of incidence is the angle between incident ray and normal. What is angle of incidence? It is the angle between incident ray and normal. It is called angle of incidence. And what is angle of reflection? It is the angle between reflected ray and normal. So, according to law of reflection of light, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Okay. So, what is the first law of reflection of light? So, first law of reflection of light is the angle of incidence. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. The angle of reflection. It is first law. Then what is second law? So second law is that the incident ray, a reflected ray, and a normal drawn at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. Okay. So what is the second law here? The incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal drawn at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane only. Okay. This is the second law of reflection of light. Means they are in only one plane. Okay, incident ray is in xy plane, reflected ray is also in xy plane, and normal is also in xy plane. Means all are lying only one plane. So, what is second law of reflection of light? The incident ray, comma, the reflected ray, and normal drawn at the point of incidence. Drawn at the point of incidence. All lie in the same plane, as shown in the diagram. Okay, all lie in the same plane. Okay, what is the first law of reflection of light? The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. What is the second law of reflection of light? The incident ray, the reflected ray, and a normal drawn at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. Okay, this is about second law of reflection of light. Okay, then laws of reflection of light not only applicable for plane mirror, it is also applicable for curved mirrors. Okay, so in case of curved mirror also. In case of curved mirror, the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. See here, it is a curved mirror. So it is a which type of curved mirror? It is a concave mirror. Sorry, it is a concave mirror because it is a curved mirror. And it is a which type of curved mirror? It is a concave mirror. Then it is which type of mirror? So it is a convex mirror. Then this shaded part is nothing but opaque surface. Okay. Then this part is nothing but reflecting surface. Okay. So now when the light incident at a point, this point is called point of incidence. At the same point, the light turns back to the first medium. Okay. So here at the point of incidence, we are going to draw the again normal. Normal means it is a perpendicular line drawn to the reflecting surface at the point of incidence. Again here, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Here also same. The light incident at this point. At that point only the light turns back to the first medium. Okay. So it is incident ray, it is reflected ray, and it is point of incidence. Again at the point of incidence, we are going to draw the normal. Okay. Again here, the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Means laws of reflection applicable for plane mirror and also curved mirror. There are how many types of curved mirrors? Two types of curved mirrors: concave mirror and convex mirror. We will discuss about concave mirror and convex mirror in next video. Okay. So next we are going to discuss about some points about the reflection of light. So after reflection of light, so which physical quantities remain same and which physical quantity will be changed? Okay, that is very important. Note, after reflection, the wavelength, frequency and speed of the light, which light? Reflected light, remain same, but intensity of the light decreases because of collision. intensity of light decreases. After reflection, the intensity of reflected light decreases. But which factors remain same here? The wavelength, frequency, and speed of the light all remain same after reflection. So before incident the light on the mirror, wavelength, frequency, and speed. Wavelength I will take lambda, speed I will take c. Okay, it is in here. You have to take this c, and and the frequency of the light is nu. Okay. After reflection, again wavelength is lambda, wavelength of the reflected light is lambda, speed of the reflected light is c, and frequency of the reflected light is nu. Means all remain same because incident light and reflected light both lie in the same medium. Okay. So incident ray and reflected ray both lie in the same medium. Means what factors do not change here? Wavelength, speed, and frequency, they do not change. But what changes here? Intensity of reflected light reduces. Reduces means here it decreases because after reflection, the intensity of reflected light decreases. Okay, this is very important point. After reflection, what factors remain same and what factor will be changed? What factors remain same means what physical quantities remain same. So after reflection, wavelength, frequency, and the speed of the light remain same, but the intensity of the reflected light decreases. Okay. So this is about the reflection of light. Means after reflection of light, which physical quantities remain same and which physical quantity will be changed. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about the formation of image by plane mirror. Formation of image by plane mirror. Formation of image by plane mirror. Okay, once again, what is plane mirror? It is a mirror with a planar reflecting surface. Okay, then let us consider it is a plane mirror whose one surface is opaque, means polished, through which light doesn't pass, and another surface is reflective. Okay, next. Let us take this is the line. This line passing through the midpoint of the plane mirror. This line I will take it is principal axis. So, if there is an object placed in front of the reflecting surface of the plane mirror, then what about its image form? Okay. Now let us consider. We are going to consider two rays coming from the object. What are those rays? First ray that is parallel to principal axis. It is the first ray which is parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, how the light incident here? The light incident normally to the surface. Again the light reflects normally. The light incident normally, the light reflects normally because the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. How the light incident here? See in this diagram. The light incident normally, again the light reflects normally. Angle of incidence 0, angle of reflection also 0. Because what is angle of incidence? It is the angle between incident ray and normal. If the incident ray is along the normal, the angle of incidence becomes 0 and the angle of reflection also becomes 0. Okay. If the light incident normally and the light reflects normally. And one more. If the light incident obliquely at the center of the mirror, how the light incident here? The light incident obliquely, then the light reflects obliquely. The light incident obliquely, the light reflects obliquely. Okay, again here the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Okay, then these two reflected rays appears to be came from a point behind the mirror and extended this reflected ray and this reflected ray. these two reflected rays will be meet at a point. At this position, image of the object is formed. Okay, let us take object is taken as AB, image is taken as A dash, B dash. Okay, so by seeing this diagram, what we are going to conclude? Okay, what are the conclusions here? So by seeing this diagram, size of the object is equal to size of the image, size of the image of the object. What is the first point here? First point is size of the object means height of the object is equal to height of the image of the object. Size of the image is equal to size of the object. Size of the object. Then next, what is second point? Second point is that distance of the object from the mirror. Distance of the object from the mirror. I will take it is U. And distance of the image from the mirror, that is D. And both distances are equal. So, at what distance object is placed in front of the plane mirror, at that distance only image is formed behind the mirror. Okay. So, what is the next point here? Distance of the image from the mirror is equal to distance of the object from the mirror. Distance of the object from the mirror. Distance of the object from the mirror. Okay. And what is the nature? What is the nature of the image? So, nature of the image is virtual, erect and laterally inverted. So, what do you mean by virtual? Virtual means that this image could not obtain on the screen. Okay, the image which cannot be obtained on the screen is called virtual image, and it is erect. Why it is called erect? Because object is upright and its image is also upright. Then it is said to be erect. Then when it is said to be laterally inverted? When it is said to be laterally inverted, if we are going to raise our left hand in front of the plane mirror, so in our image that is the if we are going to raise our left hand, so in the mirror in our image that is the right hand. Okay, if we are going to raise the right hand in mirror in image, we are going to that image shows the left hand. It is called laterally inverted. If we are going to raise the left hand in our image, it shows right hand. If we are going to raise our right hand in our image, it shows that is left hand. Okay, that is called laterally inverted. What is the nature of the image here in case of plane mirror? Nature of the image. Nature of the image is virtual, erect and laterally inverted. Laterally inverted. This is very important. What do you mean by laterally inverted? If we are going to raise our left hand, then in our image it is a right hand. If we are going to raise our right hand, in our image it is a left hand. Okay, so it is called laterally inverted. Next, what is the magnification produced by plane mirror? Magnification produced by plane mirror is always +1. First of all, we have to know what do you mean by magnification. Magnification is that it is the comparison of size of the image with respect to the size of the object. Okay, so the fourth point, that is magnification produced by plane mirror. Magnification produced by plane mirror. That is It is the comparison of size of the image with respect to the size of the object, means height of the image divided by height of the object. So from this diagram, what we concluded, size of the image is equal to size of the object, means height of the image is equal to height of the object, and both are in positive direction because both are upright. So then here HI is equal to HO. Then HI is equal to HO means it becomes how much? Plus 1. Because height of the image is equal to height of the object. Then the magnification produced by plane mirror is always plus 1. Then fifth point. What is the focal length of the plane mirror? Focal length of the plane mirror is infinity. Why the focal length of the plane mirror is infinity? Focal length of the plane mirror is infinity. So, by using mirror equation, what is that mirror equation? So, we will discuss about mirror equation in next video. So, 1 by f is equal to 1 by b plus 1 by u. Okay. So, it is the mirror equation. It gives the relation between focal length, image distance and object distance. Okay. Then now, in case of plane mirror, image distance is equal to object distance. Okay. So here, object distance and image distance both are same, but image distance can be taken as negative, object distance can be taken as positive. Okay. Because always the distance is measured from this point now, cone. So if we are going to measure the object distance measured in which direction? Left direction. Left means it is a negative, and image distance is measured in which direction? Right direction. Then image distance can be taken as positive. Then image distance and object distance, both are equal, but so image distance is in which direction? Positive direction. Object distance is in which direction? Negative direction. So by substituting this one, it is minus of 1 by u plus 1 by u. Wherever v is there, I will substitute minus u. So minus 1 by u plus 1 by u get cancelled, that is 0. Okay, that is 1 by f is equal to 0. Then f is equal to 1 by 0. Then 1 by 0 is nothing but infinity. Means focal length of the plane mirror is infinity. Otherwise, one more formula is there. Relation between focal length and radius of curvature. What is the relation between focal length and radius of curvature? That is f is equal to r by 2. But for the plane surface, radius of curvature is infinity. Okay. If radius of curvature is infinity by 2 again it is a infinity. Okay. So this is the formation of image by a plane mirror, means a single plane mirror. Now, in next video we are going to discuss about the minimum length of the mirror required to see the full image of the person, and the minimum length of the mirror required to see the full image of the wall behind the person. Okay, we will discuss about this one in next video.